Alright, ladies and gents, are we live? Welcome back to another Asian robot build. Now today, I'm going to be talking about the sword. Now yesterday I received a comment on YouTube from Chamuko asking me if I have a Tenacious build for swords. Alright, hang on. I'll pull up the specifics for you because it's easier to show you guys. Okay, so here it is. Chamuko says, do you have a Tenacious build for swords? No legendaries, no half health, that uses Iceborne and Tough or Spin to win. I suck at dodging and never play solo and want to be able to use a build to... the comments will cut off, but hang on. Let me go read the rest. I want to be able to use a build to farm and play every game mode. Okay, so I have done my best to fulfill this request. Something with no legendaries. But the thing is, right, all my builds are designed for solo anyway. Like, you can play them with any game mode. Like, it's easier with other players, but solo, you can still carry yourself. That's because I pride myself on what my builds can do. So to get right into it, alright, aside from my amazingly cool outfit, your weapon, Skarn's Rancor. Obviously, if you're going to go Tenacious, you have to go Skarn. Which actually limited me quite a bit because I realized that the Skarn's freaking sword comes with a power cell and a defensive cell. It's actually really hard to configure. But anyway, I threw in the Tenacious cell in here and a Toughness cell. Okay. Natural Cap for 3 Tenacious and Toughness cell. You've got your Rezakiris, Light's Virtue, 3 Cunning, Cascade cell. You have your Light's Refuge, Rezakiris, Arm, 3 Conduit, 3 Cunning. And here, Stride of Thorns from the Koshai, plus 3 Predator, plus 3 Conduit cell. And your Embermane's Lantern with a plus 3 Cascade cell. This is actually a very unique build because it's one of the few builds that actually gives you a lot of attack speed. And what I'll say is right off the bat is that you have the usual plus 6 Cascade, which gives you the healing, the invulnerability, the power, the stamina, everything. You also have plus 6 Conduit, which means you can buff your whole team. Since you don't play solo, this is very useful. 15% attack speed to all Slayers for 10 seconds. Plus 6 Cunning. Now, this one has been a hotly debated issue, but in this build, it has found its place. Because you don't really have Berserker with swords. Of course, the ideal build does use Berserker, but there's nowhere to fit it in with this. So plus 6 Cunning, not a bad way to go. The 1.8... Okay, so normal critical hits are a multiplier of 1.5 times. So with Cunning, you add 30% critical strike damage, which means it's a 1.8 multiplier. It's actually really useful. And the plus 10% critical strike chance just helps to offset a little bit. So although you don't have the opening shield from Fortress, you still have a base 10% crit strike chance, which is fairly useful. You've got your plus 6 Tenacious, obviously, very useful. Your plus 6 Toughness, giving you that huge health buffer. And please remember that your base damage is going to be 32%. So although you lose out the Berserker damage on this one, you still make it back on the Tenacious. And I managed to fit in plus 3 Predator because this was literally the only feat that I could put in without stacking even more defensive mods. I really didn't want to stack in any more defensive multipliers, but it actually worked out well. So the feat are the Stride of Thorns with plus 3 Predator, plus 3 Conduit. Okay, that's from the Koshai. And that just overall helps to create this build. Now, will the build work? Okay, in order to showcase it, right, I figured that this is a Terra build, right? So I might as well go where it's most difficult. Terra Escalation 10 to 50. So this is where it would likely do reduced damage. And I'll just show you that it's effective. Because my sword happens to be at level 17. I don't really have any way of showcasing that level 17 is effective without going to a place where it might already be considered effective. So I'll purposely go where its power should be reduced. And I will showcase that this is a spin to win. So the mods are Ardent Cyclone. Actually, I just realized I completely forgot to go through the mods. Anyway, for those of you that don't want to see the combat showcase, it's okay. You can like, share, and subscribe here. Just to remind you, special is Ardent Cyclone. The mod is Recursive Hilt. Okay. The reason why I don't go for any of the others is because this is just fucking useful. All right. For those of you that don't want to see the combat showcase, you can like, share, and subscribe here. Drop a tip if you feel like feeding me, or you want to see more content. It really helps me out. Okay, help me get a better mic as well for better streaming. But now, for those of you that do want to see the combat showcase, recommended is level 18. We're level 17. Doesn't matter. You know, we need, in order to showcase the effectiveness of the build, it is always better to put yourself at the biggest disadvantage that you can afford without dying horrifyingly. I mean, it's a test, not a life and death fight, but here we go. Okay, my dude starts off taking a little dip in the water. Yeah. Okay, good. It's a Terra creature right off the bat. So again, with this build, you have a little bonus in terms of Knockout King because that's natural. That comes natural with Skarns. As you can see, you don't take much hit point damage, and you still get some shields from the... even if you suck at dodging and you lose your Predator bonus, the sword build is still effective because sword naturally does fairly high damage. Once you reach that level that you need to, just start spinning, and of course your molten shells, everything will come together. Please remember that your future build comes with tons of goodies, so you'll constantly be tossing out Cascade buffs while spinning. And there we go, the first creature is dead. I'll carry on the showcase for a little bit more, because do we have time? Yes, we do. It's been 6 minutes only. Okay, I'll go show against 2 behemoths as well. I mean, I'll finish it out, but I probably won't show the finish because it's literally pointless to do that. You guys just want to see the effectiveness of build, not watch me do a Terra escalation. So, again, this build is highly effective. It contains no legendaries. Okay, it doesn't contain Iceborne though, and the reason I'll explain that is because you never mix Tenacious and Iceborne. Okay, never mix the two because they're both highly defensive, and you do not need that much defense in your life. Even if you suck at dodging, this build will pretty much run you through most content. And the reason why you take the recursive hilt is so that you can spam out your Valor attacks. Like, you want to use the recursive hilt both in an offensive manner and to get you through content, so that's what I do with it. I use it as a gap closer, like in this way. If you're wondering why I'm suddenly like not spinning, it's because usually what I do is I time my spins to go into areas where I know, like if I know that I can spin to win early, or if I knock somebody down, that's usually when I will do my little spinneroonie. And it's just safety practices. Okay, there we go. Or when you just broke an Arboreus shield, that's usually perfect as well in terms of when you want to start spinning. Alright, it's a great time to start spinning because it's just the right moment. Okay, and with everything dead, you can spin over to the Kabarak, dish out a huge hit. Once again, I'm telling you, this is a highly effective build. It works really well. And it pairs well with the future pathway because your spin to win basically just goes well with that. Your drone hits will be off the chain. So as you can see, this thing's about to die, and it will die, so there you go. Okay, mission complete. So for those of you who enjoyed this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you need the end game build, request it. I'll probably put it out eventually. Alright, it's not... okay, for the sword it is pretty different because the end game build gives you Berserker and the full works. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy this. This is a nice little awesome newbie build. Thank you very much for enjoying my content. Alright, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a tip. It's very important, okay? I need money to survive. Okay, so you want to see more of my content? Tip. Link is in the description below, but if you don't want to tip, that's fine. Thank you for watching the video. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one. I gotta go make the Chainblade build now. Anyway.